Good morning. It is Monday, and I'm going to try to contain my outrage. I have some outrageous news from Volkswagen. I'm going to recap my inflation preview because tomorrow is the announcement. I'm going to talk about what's happening down south and something that seems super obvious to me. But first up, breaking news. Federal Labor Board deems Air Canada flight attendant strike unlawful. Oh, really? Yeah, I gotta say this. If they need to be forced to go back to work, then the company should be forced to pay them more. If you disagree, walk into your boss's office and say that you will work for free from now on. Go ahead. It's funny, the government doesn't intervene when it's time to pay people. They only intervene when it's time to get them to go back to work. All right, let's talk about this for a moment. Even Volkswagen is doing horsepower subscriptions now. How does 27 more horsepower for $22 a month sound? It sounds like garbage. Yeah, for an extra 27 horsepower, it's going to cost you $22 extra a month. Or you can unlock it permanently for $878. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, since the cars are giant smartphones, a lot of the features are software driven. So what Mercedes and BMW and Volkswagen think is that you'll pay a little bit extra every month to have those features available to you. Yeah, no. The only reason this works is because not enough people know that they can hack their car. As an example, Volkswagen has this issue right now, and you can buy an OBD11, plug it into your car, and unlock features that are locked behind software. Look, I don't mind paying extra for something if I'm actually getting something. I'm not paying extra for something that I already have. Yeah, auto manufacturers all over the world are just locking features behind software. It's not like you're going to get something else installed on the car. The technician just goes in there and goes boop, 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 and there's your feature. An OBD11 dongle plugs into your car, and then with your smartphone, you can unlock those features. Done. Save yourself thousands of dollars. That's what I did. Mark my words. This will be the final nail in the coffin for these automakers. You can't sell people shit that they already own. All right, with what's happening in DC, how is it that no one sees this already? Like, they've moved the military into DC. Why do you think they've moved the military into DC? Do you think it's to clean up the homeless? No. Do you remember when this whole tariff thing started? And they were talking about, oh, it's because we're being taken advantage of. Oh, it's because of the illicit substances coming across the border. Funny, they don't talk about that anymore. They talk about how much money they're taking in from people. What did I say right at the start? This has nothing to do with any of the bullshit they're talking about. This is just a tax grab. The same is true with the occupation of DC. This has nothing to do with what's happening in DC. This has everything to do with moving the military into DC so that they are already there when the people rise up. And it's coming. All right, let's wrap it up with the inflation report that's coming out tomorrow. RBC expects 1.9%. I expect 1.6%. The consensus is 1.7%. Look, here's the deal. We've been under the 2% target for a year now. That's August of last year. We spiked up over here. Why? Because of tariffs. But it's not like there's more tariffs coming all the time. On top of the fact, they're self-imposed. Let's not forget that. Tariffs are on American products, but they're charged by the Canadian government. So they could go away at a moment's notice. I'm bringing this up because this inflation fight is completely bullshit at this point. Remember, a year ago, we were at 2%. We've been under 2% for almost an entire year, except for these 2 months that were pushed up because of tariffs, which again is bullshit. Again, consensus is 1.7. I'm saying 1.6. RBC is saying 1.9. That's where we were in 2019. 2018! We weren't trying to ruin people's lives and put them out of work back in 2018. We were trying to get them to work in 2018. Stop trying to tell us that inflation is a problem. Inflation is not a problem at the moment. Inflation hasn't been a problem for a while now. Why don't they start measuring inflation by how much money they pump into the system, rather than getting on the case of people who are just trying to make enough money to live?